Directions for your shaded value balloon dog. Name and code on the back. Be sure that when you are using the stencil to outline that you're drawing very lightly so it's easier to erase. The lighter, the better. Avoid creating a dark, harsh outline on your drawing. For example, there are two spheres here. The one on the left has a really dark outline and the one on the right has a very faint outline. As you can see, the lighter the outline, the more three-dimensional the sphere looks. Use just a regular pencil to very lightly use the stencil to create your balloon dog. First, I take the oval and have about an oval's amount of space from the bottom of my paper, and then put the oval in the center, making sure I have room for the head and the legs. Very lightly trace the belly first, double checking that you have enough room for the legs. Make sure that you're using a regular pencil and not pressing down because we do not want a harsh outline. You will notice very quickly that I'm drawing extremely light, almost to the point where it is a little bit tough to see it. Slowly, carefully, and very lightly, continue to add all the different parts of your balloon dog. Make sure that you are erasing where you have overlapped to show the idea that some of the legs and other things are behind other parts of the balloon dog's body. Depending on where you put the belly of your balloon dog, you might have to make adjustments and tip the ears back or slide them down a little bit farther if there isn't enough room. Once again, make sure you're drawing light so that it's easy to erase, especially the places where you have overlapping. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to add the details on the tail and the nose. The tail is kind of like a really skinny rainbow, and the nose is two slightly angled lines that connect with kind of a curve or a rainbow shape. Then extremely lightly, you will add small ovals to show where your imaginary light source is. So for example, in this picture of Jeff Kuhn's balloon dog, the light is coming from the left-hand side because we can see all the highlights. Extremely lightly, add your ovals that will be the highlighted areas later on in your drawing. Extremely lightly. Remember, we do not want any harsh outlines. For the shading portion of this project, you want to make sure you have an ebony pencil and not a regular pencil. Ebony pencils have much softer lead, so they're really excellent for shading. When you begin the process of shading, think about adding the pencil to your paper like you're doing small little itty bitty circles. You want it to be more like soft fur appearance almost. So you should not see pencil lines because you're making little movements. The harder you press, the darker your pencil will be applied on your paper. And for this, you want to do more kind of layering versus putting it on there really harsh and dark to begin with. You can always make it darker, but it is harder to make it lighter after you've gone extremely dark. And then using a tortillon or blending stump, you can help to blend your pencil even more smoothly, as long as you haven't created really harsh, hard lines. This is an example of what happens when you do create really visible lines in your shading. If you're going every which direction and you're pushing down very, very hard, it's really tricky to get nice, smooth blending when we do this. You want to avoid doing this. Cannot stress enough how important it is to apply your pencil to your paper when you're shading very, very gently. Then it's much easier to make it darker if you need to, as well as blend it even more. I like to start up next to an edge, start usually at one side of the paper or top to bottom so that you're not accidentally smearing your hand, because this pencil does smear easily. Remember, you're making small circular movements, very, very soft. We are not applying it dark to start. You layer up the pencil as you go to get it darker as you go. Do not apply it really dark to your paper to begin with. Slow, small movements. Think of the shading process as coloring really, really lightly, and then going back and pressing a little bit harder the next time through, and gradually just building up the color slow and steady like. It is not a quick process. And then when you feel like you're ready, you can grab the tortillon to help blend out any marks that you see that you may have accidentally created, or maybe you just want to smooth your pencil more. As long as you didn't press hard, this works great. Also, remember to leave those very, very lightly drawn ovals you have. Leave those white because those are your highlights on your drawing. If you haven't noticed already, I'm also making small circular type movements with the tortillon, and I'm not pressing down super hard. Keep going, adding layer by layer to get it a little darker on the edges and much lighter towards the center of each oval. This will make it look like it is round. Keep going, layer by layer, slowly going from darkest to lightest. Also notice that I am going with the shape of the balloon and not simply just adding the pencil lead back and forth across the whole shape. This helps to keep it look more three-dimensional as well. Shading takes a lot of practice, so if this doesn't turn out as you anticipate, that's okay. Just keep practicing.